What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's Marshall with Ramcharger Garage. Today we're going to be talking about what we have in store for the channel. So that means upcoming builds, series, and possibly some project vehicles where we need your help in deciding which direction we take them. All right, let's jump right in. So about the channel, Ramcharger Garage. So my family has been into rock crawling and off-roading for several decades now. And my dad and my brother mostly are known for wheeling Ramchargers. I'm pretty new to the Ramcharger game. I just got this one last year, started this build last year. It was a race to the finish, 2-month build before a trip. And prior to that, I had a Grand Cherokee that I wheeled for 15 years on 1-tons and 37s. But even though we all have Ramchargers, we have an appreciation for any kind of cool machinery. So I just want to outline what we kind of have in store for this channel. We've only recently started filming some of our trips, and we've never documented any of our tech. So we want to help bring that to the masses to show how average guys in a garage can build pretty cool rigs. So starting out, I just want to outline some of our plans for the year and for the channel and some upcoming build series. So the first two here are the result of following a Sand Hollow trip that both my dad and my brother went on in the blue and the green Ramcharger with full-size Invasion. They recognize that they want to stretch their Ramchargers because, well, Ramchargers, this is something that we've dealt with, have terrible departure angle. Here's an example of that. And so with these wheelbase stretches, they're kind of taking a different approach. So it'll be kind of cool to kind of see how each of them perform. They're going to be taking their fuel tank out, and they're going to go to a fuel cell in the back. My brother plans on stretching 12 inches, and he's going to do that with a 4-link single triangulated rear with probably 16-inch coilovers, probably Kings to match the front. And my dad is going a different approach. He's going to use the popular Chevy 63-inch leafs. He's going to relocate his leaf mounts. I know a lot of Toyota guys use the Chevy 63s with good success, and that's going to net him about 7.5 inches of stretch. So for me anyways, as it stands before they do any of their stretching, I'm currently at 110 inches of wheelbase, and that's because I run Chevy springs front and rear, the 52s, and they have a center pin that's directly in the middle of the spring pack. And so that gave me a 2-inch stretch in the front and a 2-inch stretch out back. Dodge springs are offset. So I'm probably not going to change my wheelbase stretch this year. I have some other things I'm going to focus on, but we'll be following along both of these builds in a separate series. The projects that I have planned for this Ramcharger, like I said, this was a lightning fast build before a trip last year. I still have a lot of buttoning up to do. So the major things that I want to document, aside from like all the little things that I have to do, I have to build a roll cage. So right now I have a roll bar that's tied into the frame, but I want to expand it. I want better seats. I want a rear seat, which I currently don't have, and I want harnesses. I'm still using the old seat belts, and they're just kind of rotting away, and so I need something better. Tube doors, I'd like to have tube doors. We're pretty open airflow with these Ramchargers. We removed our rear glass, we pulled our hatch, so it's a warm weather wheeling type of rig. And then the other thing I need to address, which I never got to, was building a rear bumper. So something very simple, high clearance. Right now, the factory bumper that was on there got tore up pretty bad and on that last trip. So I need to do something different. So those will be my major fab projects that I'm planning on. I also have an EcoBox 205 that I'd like to build and put together. Whether it's going to go in this Ramcharger or one of our other projects is still yet to be determined. But have all the pieces. I just need to put it together and decide what I'm going to do with it. But the next stuff is where we could get help from you guys. And we've contemplated some of these projects, but they've just kind of sat out there, and we have an idea what we'd like to do with them. But any comments or suggestions, and if this channel is successful, that could really dictate some of the direction of where we go with these things. So the first item is definitely happening. So we have the 4th Ramcharger, and so my brother and his son are going to be putting this together. You probably won't see it on the trails quite yet. Won't be a super hardcore. It'll just be engine swap and get it running and driving and that sort of thing. The next thing is we have 2 M715s. One is parade quality, ready to go. The other is a former Forest Service. My dad uses it as a work truck. It's still in really good shape, but my dad wants to modernize it with new axles and possibly another new engine, like a big block. Right now it has a small block 360 in there. The other stuff here is just all potential, and I think this is where we need the most feedback. So I have a 1st gen Cummins, which I borrowed the front axle for my Ramcharger, and I actually have another front axle for it sitting in the back of my tow rig. So that's where that will go. And I'm thinking that could be a good project for a custom off-road flatbed build, maybe length of the front, maybe do some sort of truggy. Has a 12 valve, so it's super, super reliable, simple. So yeah, really pumped on that. The other items here, we have a Grand Wagoneer. This was hand-me-down from a family friend to my dad, and it's in really good shape. So it runs and drives, and the interior is immaculate. So we could probably do like a Super Duty axle swap on that, keep it on leafs. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. But a lot of potential there. Just a little bit of cancer, some rust behind the back doors, but other than that, street body, it's in really good shape. We also have a lot of Volkswagen stuff. We have a Baja Bug. We have a couple dune buggies. If any of you have followed me on my Instagram page, occasionally you'll see when I'm out at my dad's, we're riding around in dune buggies, and the kids love it. So there's some potential there, and we haven't touched a lot of these projects in years. So it could be something, if someone's interested, we can get a little bit more in depth in that. And then lastly, I daily drive a JKU, and I know a lot of you can relate to the JKUs. They're very popular. So I'll start documenting some of the basic stuff that I do, maintenance, minor upgrades and stuff like that. But what this is really meant to be, it's kind of a weekend warrior. It's not so much an extreme vehicle. I can't keep it extreme. My wife still has to drive it, so it still has to be very streetable. Let me know what you would like to see there. It's a 2011 four-door JKU with the 3.8. So last year the 3.8, very gutless. Might need a re-gear. I'll have to verify what gears are currently in it. I've only had it for about a year now, so I could document that. I could also document, a few other things concerning the suspension modifications and things of that nature. So let me know what you want to see there if that's of interest to you as well. But yeah, so I think that kind of summarizes our plans, our initial plans for the channel. And please like, comment, subscribe, Let us know what you think, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you.